I've realized that the more kind I am to myself, the more kind I'm able to be with other people. And I'm able to look at somebody's situation, behavior, or words from their point of view without judging them, right? So our municipality is busy doing some roadworks. Finally, thank God for that. They are closing up all these potholes that we've had. But yesterday, as I was running, I actually notice that on one main road that leads to the high school that we have, they are patching up all these potholes. And the other main road in front of the hospital, they are actually digging up that old tar road, and they are starting from scratch. And my old judgmental self would have said, why would they not dig up these two main roads and start from scratch? I mean, even the other one needs to be dug up, right? it just needs help, right? Why would they come and patch up so many potholes instead of starting from scratch? But the new kind of me, start thinking, maybe the municipality realized that, we don't have enough resources to dig up both roads. So we'll patch up on one, and then we'll dig up on the other, right? And we know what the residents will say. We are aware of their criticism, but this is what we can do with the resources that we have. And I imagine right now they are super proud of the progress that they're making, because actually they have closed up all those potholes on the one main road that leads to the high school. So they are now working on this one that they've dug up. So I'm almost certain that they are pleased with the progress that they're making, right? So today I want to talk to you about patch up while digging up. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. I realize that I have judged myself in areas where I couldn't give 100% of my effort because I was focusing on one area that really needed my attention. And that's exactly what the municipality is doing right there. So basically, I was judging myself harshly on areas that I needed to patch up on because I had to focus on one specific area where I needed to dig up. Right? So hence I'm saying patch up while digging up, because I've realized now that the more I focus on one area and dig up on that area while patching up on some areas, then I'm able to have progress. This whole journey that I've been on of personal development has its core, its foundation on that exact principle where you just focus on one area of your life in a certain season, and once you've perfected it, once you've dealt with the issues that you have on that area and you are comfortable enough to move to something else, then you move on. And that's how I've found I've been able to grow. I've been able to develop beyond what I was capable of doing previously, right? So I've realized that as you're digging up on one area while patching up, giving little attention to some other areas that also need your attention, but recognizing the resources that I have, whether internal resources, do I have emotional intelligence to deal with all these areas that need my attention right now at the same time? And I realized, no, I don't have such emotional intelligence. So the emotional intelligence that I have requires me to just give a little bit attention to all these other areas while focusing on something that is really taking my peace, prioritizing what I'm going to work on, right? But that also then comes with criticism, because there are people around you who are looking at you, right? So I had to realize that as I started making such decisions where I'm going to, give little attention to other areas of my life while I focus my main attention on this area, I started getting criticism. But I had to learn that, you must never allow unqualified people to give you criticism and you actually receive it. When unqualified people start giving criticism, that is the criticism that you need to ignore, because you can never grow from a criticism that you get from somebody who's unqualified, somebody who's never walked the journey that you are on right now, or something similar to what you are experiencing right now. If somebody has never been in that journey, what they will do is just criticize and judge, but they cannot give you tools to dig yourself out of that hole that you're in. They can only bash you and dig the hole even more, only if you allow them. I learned that, you must never let a person who's never owned a spaza shop make you quit your struggling supermarket. Right? Because although you're struggling, but you know why you're still holding on. But somebody who's looking from the outside, who's never owned a spaza shop, will not understand why you're still holding on to the supermarket when there's hardly anything on the shelves. But you have a reason for holding on, and never allow your external environment dictate to you what you should be prioritizing in your life. So I just wanted to ask you, what is it that you need to patch up on at this moment? And what is it that you need to dig up on? Sometimes it could be that you're struggling, you're having issues at home, and you're also having serious challenges at work that are threatening your job security. And you know that if you were to lose your job, then the issues that you think you have at home will be nothing compared to what will happen if you lose your job. So, because you realize that you do not have capacity to deal with both issues at the same time, then you decide to patch up on the issues at home. Give a little bit of what they are requiring of you at home, and give more of your attention at work. When you do that, you will obviously have people who tell you, you come in early, you leave late, whereas there is something brewing at your house. I mean, there are issues that your family is going through. Why are you giving your attention to it, right? And sometimes you find ourselves being caught up in between these two decisions now. And when you were making the decision alone, you were sure. Now you are listening to unqualified people telling you or criticizing you. Now you become confused about the decisions that you make, right? So please understand that only you are qualified to know the things that will give you peace. Real inner peace. Only you can determine what will give you peace. And secondly, only you know the kind of resources, internal resources, can your emotions handle dealing with these two environments at the same time. You will know. If you decide, I can only deal with one area at a time, then so be it. Be convicted with the decisions that you make, so that you are not confused by unqualified people who will come in and try to criticize you. When you make your decisions, recognize that you made the decisions because you understood the kind of resources that you have. That's why you make the decisions that you're making. So be comfortable with patching up on other areas and digging up on whatever area that you feel you need to be digging up on right now. Sometimes your financial situation needs help, right? But you realize that your health needs more attention. So at times, I mean, you don't have to sit down and do a budget, but you can just decide, okay, I will not eat out right now in the season. That's the one only decision I'm willing to make with regards to my financial situation. I will not eat out. But right now, I need to really focus on my health, because if I don't pay attention to my health, I might just lose it, right? So you dig into your health and you patch up on your financial situation. So you need to know that only you can make such decisions about your life. People around you can give you criticism, some can give you advice, but the final decision you need to make, because people will talk to you about what they feel confident about. People will talk to you based on the resources that they have, but you need to assess all the advice, all the criticism that you get after making a decision, and see whether will that criticism help you with the kind of resources that you have, and will that criticism or advice help you to find inner peace. And if you find that the criticism and the advice doesn't help you to maximize your peace, then you stick to the decisions that you made, because you are an expert of your own life. Be comfortable with patching up on other areas while digging in, because I realize that, as you do that, you are able to see progress and growth in your life. You are able to develop as an individual. When you take on a lot of things that you do not have resources to do, you end up experiencing things like anxiety. You end up experiencing depression or thoughts even of suicide, because you wanted to take on your problems all at the same time, and you didn't have the resources that were necessary to handle all of it at the same time. And you end up being stuck when you want to do everything at the same time, if you don't have the resources that will handle the work that comes with it. But when you take it one step at a time, you focus on your attitude for the next 6 months. You focus on your weight the next 6 months. You focus on your mind, your thoughts the other 6 months. Then after 2 years, you've realized, oh my Lord, I have grown so much. I'm not the person that I used to be. I am still on a journey. I am still working on myself, but I can look back and be proud of those moments when I decided to patch up on other things while I was just working on my health, while I was just working on my attitude, while I was just working on my mindset. Now I can see the fruit of digging up on those things while patching up on other things. That's how we see progress, and that's how we experience inner peace. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach. Bye.